Did you know in Japan they have KFC on Christmas Day? Well, now you can too. It's time for another episode of WHΑNAU Fakeaways where we show you how to make your favorite takeaways at home, but better. And today we're making a bucket full of KFC. Well, a tin full of KFC. Oh my God, it's so good! Jelly! I love burgers. It's stressful eating now. Look at that! We made that. Whoa! I love cheese. Cheese? I just love cheese. Safety is really important to us here at Kiwi Kids in the Kitchen, and today we're going to be handling raw chicken and working with really hot oil. So it's super important that you have a parent or caregiver on hand at all times while making this recipe, and make sure you wash your hands really regularly. So, horoya ringa, and let's get started. I've never had fried chicken on Christmas before. Have you? Today we're working with chicken drumsticks, so we've got our hay here that we're ready to fry up, and we're going to start by soaking it in buttermilk. Now you can just buy buttermilk from the supermarket, but I'm going to show you a speedy hack to make it. So I need a nice big dish that I'm going to put my chicken in to soak in the buttermilk. So we're going to fill it about halfway with milk. So I'm not going to give you a measurement, I just want you to fill your dish so it's going to coat the chicken. Perfect, so that's about halfway full. Then we're gonna add some lemon juice. So if you've got fresh lemons, you're gonna squeeze out 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, or I'm just gonna use a sachet of lemon juice here. Yep. And then we're just gonna mix that in, and by adding the lemon juice, it's like a bit of a science experiment. It will start to break down the proteins in the milk, and the milk's gonna almost separate a little bit, so the curds and whey start to separate, and then you get buttermilk. Clever, hey? Okay, into our buttermilky mixture, we're gonna place our chicken drumsticks. So make sure you've got really nice, clean hands. We'll open them up. And then we're just gonna pop them into the milk. Oh, they just fit in there. So just try and push them down so they're fully coated ideally. Then you can leave these to soak for as long as you like. The longer you soak them, the more that chicken's gonna sit in that buttermilk, and it's gonna really tenderize the chicken. But we don't have heaps of time, so I'm gonna only leave them about 15 minutes while I clean up my chicken mess, wash my hands, and while we make our spice mix. Do you know what's really cool? As this milk and lemon juice has been turning into buttermilk, you can literally see the proteins separating in there. So you can see little chunks of like that milk separating in there. I think it's super interesting. Right, let's move on to our coating, our spicy mix that's gonna make it our iconic KFC. So I've just got some plain flour here, 200 grams of plain flour, and we're gonna put it into a dish. Then obviously the KFC herbs and spices are a secret. Shh. So I tried my best to find out what they were, and then tried my best to find those in the supermarket. And here's what we've got. We've got some of them, but you just use whichever ones you've got in your house or whichever ones you think you'll like. So obviously we're gonna start with some salt and pepper, and we're gonna do a good amount of salt. So 2 teaspoons of salt. A good crack of black pepper. Oh yeah, because KFC is pretty peppery. And then we're sticking on the pepper buzz. I've also got some white pepper here. Then I've got some smoky paprika, but regular paprika is just fine too. We've got some dry mustard powder. Oh yeah. Some ground ginger. Some garlic granules, or you could use garlic powder or garlic salt. Then lastly, I've got some mixed herbs. Now when I was doing some Googling, it listed all these different dried herbs to use. So I wasn't sure which one to go for, so decided it was much cheaper and much easier to get some mixed herbs. And then we're gonna mix this all together. Oh yeah, I can already smell it. It's gonna be so flavorful. Yum! Okay, make sure you get it really, really well mixed in. You don't want any clumps of big spice or just plain flour, that's boring. Now it's time to dunk our chicken. So we've got our lovely spice mix in the middle here. I'm gonna very carefully pull my chicken closer. And honestly, I just think it's the coolest thing making buttermilk. Now it's really, really lumpy in there. Absolutely love it. Then I've got a nice big tray that I put some baking paper on, and then I put a cooling rack on the top. So basically, I'm gonna have this here. We're gonna dunk a piece of chicken and put it on the rack and just let them sit on here until we're ready to fry them. So let's go for it. So one piece of chicken, we're gonna just let it hang to get as much of that liquid off as possible. Perfect. Then we plonk it into our flour mix. Give it a good coating. Now what I like to do is try and use one hand for flipping in the flour that gets all floury and one hand for picking up the chicken, but it's up to you. Give it a good little toss. Make sure you get the end. Oh yeah, it's gonna be so good. And then we pop it onto our rack. Easy. Perfect. They look absolutely incredible. Now, if you've got a bit of spice mix left and you're feeling extra crazy, you could double dunk your chicken drumsticks if you wanted to. So what you would do is you take one of the ones you've already coated, dunk it quickly back into the milk mixture to get it all wet again, then back into your spice mix, and then that's gonna make it extra, extra crispy. But you don't have to do that at all. Just like that. Now, we're gonna go and clean up all of these bits. Unfortunately, our buttermilk and our spice mix does need to go into the bin or down the sink because we have had raw chicken in it. So go and clean up, wash your hands, and we're gonna get some oil nice and hot to fry this chicken. Now, I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. You must do this with a parent or caregiver. We're about to heat up some oil to deep fry our chicken, which is super exciting, but very, very hot. So safety is number one. Now I've got a really nice thick bottomed pot here that I'm gonna use, but you could use a nice deep frying pan, or if you've got a deep fryer at home, that is the best. And I've got about 1 liter of vegetable oil that we're gonna use, but any neutral oil like a canola oil or a sunflower oil will work too. Whoa, that's a lot of oil. Now you want your oil to be at least 5 centimeters deep, so when you put that chicken in, it basically is completely submerged. It's okay if it doesn't completely submerge because we can turn the chicken as it cooks. And we want to put this on a medium heat. We don't want it to be so hot that when we put the chicken in, it gets really nice and crispy really quick, but then the chicken is still raw in the middle. And chicken takes about 15 minutes for it to cook through fully. So a medium heat, so if you're turning up your gauge, somewhere in the middle, and I'm going to show you how to check that it's ready. If you have a thermometer, we want it to be about 170 degrees. It might take a little while for this big lot of oil though to heat up. Our oil is nice and hot. If you don't have a thermometer to test your oil, what you can do is get a little bit of bread. I always use the crust because I don't like them. Break a little bit off. We're gonna pop it in, and if it starts to bubble around it immediately, then we know that it's ready. Oh yeah, look at that. That is perfect frying temperature. So we want to try and hold our oil at this temperature. We don't want it to get any hotter. So you might need to drop the heat down just a little bit at this stage. And now we're going to fry our chicken. I've also put the oven on to about 170 degrees, just so when I do my chicken in batches, I can keep it in the oven to keep it nice and hot. So we need to be super careful. We're gonna carefully pick up one of our beautiful chicken drumsticks and really carefully lower it into the oil. Do not drop it into the oil because we don't want it to splash out, okay? So really carefully, make sure you use some tongs or a big slotted spoon to do this. Now I've got 10 chicken drumsticks, so I'm gonna cook them in 2 batches. So I've got 5 in here to start with, but just do whatever your pan can fit. We don't wanna overload it. And I'm gonna leave them in here for 12 to 15 minutes until they're really well cooked through. You will need to ask a parent or caregiver to check your chicken to check that it's fully cooked through. And you might like to give them a little flip halfway through just to check they're getting really nice and evenly cooked. I cannot tell you how good this smells. It's like KFC in my house. Now, just to be extra safe, I have got clean tongs to take them out with because I did use these ones to pick up the raw chicken. And I just took out one of my chicken drumsticks and checked that it was cooked. So I've got a thermometer so I can check that my chicken is over 74 degrees. That means it's cooked in the middle. But you could also cut one open and check that it's not pink in the middle anymore. So what we're gonna really carefully do is one by one pick up our epic chicken drumsticks. I'm gonna put them in this tray here. I've just popped a couple of kitchen towels in that's gonna absorb some of that oil. And this is a tray that can go into the oven because I'm gonna keep them in the oven to keep them warm. Oh my goodness, it looks incredible and it's flaking away from the skin just like at KFC. I'm gonna pop these ones in the oven to stay nice and warm and we'll get those next ones in. I'm so excited! Our second batch is ready and I am so excited to eat them. They look and smell absolutely incredible. I'm gonna really carefully take these ones out too, add them into this tray, then I'm gonna put them back in the oven just while I get the oil turned off, get cleaned up, and then it's ready to try them. They look so good. Make sure you let your oil cool completely before you try and move it or dispose of it. Now, if you ask me, this looks even better than KFC, but does it live up to the taste test? Let's dig in. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. It's so juicy and so crispy on the outside. That is flippin' unreal. I would definitely eat that on Christmas Day. Take me to Japan. I would love it there. Yum. If you like this recipe, make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below and don't forget to subscribe. It's very nearly Christmas and we hope you have a wonderful lead up. Are you on school holidays yet? Let us know. If you have a go at trying this recipe or have an idea of a takeaway that you'd like us to recreate, send us a message over on our website. We love hearing from you. Have a great rest of your week. Ka kite. Sayonara. That's so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.